Ex-Slam champion suspects Coco Gauff's serving issues mental and obsession. Former four-time Grand Slam champion Kim Clijsters thinks Coco Gauff may be overthinking her serve and suspects the American's serving issues are a mental problem. When Gauff hired Gavin McMillan last August, the goal was clear. The biomechanics expert's task was to identify what was causing the 21-year-old's serve issues and to help the world number 4 fix it. For the rest of 2025, the reigning French Open champion showed signs of improvement on her serve, but it was also evident that she was probably focusing too much on not falling into her own patterns. Since Gauff and McMillan worked on the go for the first 3 months of their partnership, the general expectation was that the real impact of their work would be seen after they concluded the off-season together. And after the opening 2 months of the 2026 season, it hasn't looked great as the former world number 2 has already served 103 double faults across just 14 matches played. That makes it 7.4 double faults on average per match. Clijsters, a former world number 1, fears Gauff faces doubts whenever she is about to serve and that it has become something of an obsession. Clijsters on Gauff's serving woes. It becomes an obsession to try and fix it. It's like the mental side of it, right, where the focus and you start to doubt, your shot more and more, and it becomes, an obsession to try and fix it. But a lot of times working too hard on it can also kind of get into, the negative spiral and become an obsession in a way, the former four-time Grand Slam champion said on the Love All podcast. Gauff has publicly supported McMillan despite her ongoing serve struggles. However, during a Dubai semi-final loss, the 21-year-old showed a clear frustration with her serve by making a pointed comment at the biomechanics coach. Gauff had 2 weeks to work on her serve after Dubai, and it remains to be seen how it will look in Indian Wells and Miami. In the high-stakes theater of professional tennis, few shots carry as much psychological weight as the serve. It is the only stroke entirely under a player's control. No opponent, no unpredictable bounce, no split-second reaction. Just ritual, rhythm, and nerve. When that stroke falters, the tremor often runs deeper than mechanics. Recently, an ex-Grand Slam champion suggested that Coco Gauff's serving issues may not be purely technical, but mental, even hinting at an obsession with fixing it. For a player as precocious and accomplished as Coco Gauff, the comment opens a compelling conversation. When does the pursuit of perfection become a psychological trap? The burden of early greatness. From the moment Gauff stunned the tennis world by defeating Venus Williams at Wimbledon in 2019, she was no longer just a promising teenager, she was a phenomenon. Expectations ballooned. Every match became a referendum on her future. By the time she lifted her maiden major trophy at the US Open, she had already weathered years of scrutiny. Analysts dissected her forehand, her court positioning, her temperament. But the serve, powerful yet occasionally erratic, became the recurring headline. Double faults, particularly under pressure, began to feel symbolic. They weren't just lost points, they were narratives. The serve is a mirror. The serve is the closest tennis comes to a free throw in basketball. Its isolation magnifies doubt. Unlike a rally, there is time to think, and thinking can be dangerous. An ex-Grand Slam champion's claim that Gauff's serving woes are mental rather than mechanical suggests something subtle. Perhaps the issue isn't how she serves, but how she thinks about serving. Obsession in elite sport is usually celebrated. It fuels 5 a.m. workouts and endless repetitions. But obsession with a flaw can distort perspective. When a player steps to the baseline already anticipating failure, the body often complies. The paradox is cruel. The harder you try to not double fault, the tighter your arm becomes. The more you chase technical perfection, the more unnatural the motion feels. Perfection versus performance. Great champions often speak about freedom, the ability to swing without fear. Serena Williams described her best serving days as moments when she trusted the motion. Novak Djokovic, after revamping his serve mid-career, emphasized rhythm over mechanics. For Gauff, the challenge may not be redesigning her serve but releasing it. An obsession with correction can lead to overcoaching oneself mid-match. Instead of committing to the toss and strike, the mind runs a checklist: elbow up, toss higher, snap wrist, don't miss long. In that split second, instinct evaporates. Sports psychology calls this paralysis by analysis. Under pressure, conscious control interferes with automatic skill execution. Youth and the spotlight. Gauff's age amplifies everything. While many peers are navigating college life, she's navigating center court at Arthur Ashe Stadium. Public critique, especially when it zeroes in on a single weakness, can become internalized. The narrative becomes self-fulfilling. If commentators expect double faults in big moments, the athlete may begin to expect them too. But history offers perspective. Andre Agassi once battled serving inconsistencies early in his career. Jelena Jankovic struggled with second-serve nerves during her ascent to world number 1. Even Iga Swiatek has endured stretches where her serve wavered under scrutiny. Serving slumps are not verdicts, they are chapters. The psychology of obsession. The word obsession carries a dual edge. In sport, it often signals dedication. But psychologically, obsession narrows focus to a fault. It can create a tunnel where every match is judged by a single metric: how many double faults. This reductionism is dangerous for a player whose game is otherwise dynamic: elite movement, defensive elasticity, improved aggression off both wings. If Gauff defines her performance by serve statistics alone, she risks overlooking her growth elsewhere. A tennis match is not a serving contest. It is a problem-solving duel. A flawed serve can be mitigated by superior return games, tactical intelligence, and mental resilience. The weight of expectations. There is also the broader context of American tennis. Since the dominance of Serena Williams, the search for the next homegrown superstar has been relentless. Gauff's charisma and maturity made her the natural heir apparent. With that mantle comes pressure to be complete: powerful serve, consistent ground strokes, unshakable poise. But greatness rarely arrives fully formed. It evolves through visible imperfections. Consider how Rafael Nadal refined his serve over the years, transforming it from a neutral starter into a weapon. Or how Simona Halep compensated for a modest serve with unparalleled court coverage. Evolution, not obsession, defines longevity. The mental game. If the ex-champion is correct, if the issue is primarily mental, then the solution lies not in biomechanics but in belief. Sports psychologists often work with athletes to reframe negative loops. Instead of fearing double faults, a player might focus on committing to an aggressive target. Instead of counting errors, they track positive intentions. Visualization can help. Imagining successful serves in high-pressure moments rewires expectation. Breathing techniques, routine consistency, and cue words: smooth, trust, snap, anchor attention to the present. The irony is that letting go, not trying so hard to fix, may be the fix.